My beloved soul, have you noticed that your trust in me is like a bird you hold in your hands? You love it, feed it, admire it, but keep it tightly held, afraid that if you open your hands, it might fly away or not know where to go. You trust that I exist. You trust that I am good. You trust that I have power. But there is a border you hesitate to cross, that of total trust. The trust that opens hands and lets the bird fly, knowing it belongs to the sky and will always know the way back to a heart that is its nest. You have lived with half-open hands. You give me one worry, but keep another. You trust me with the big things, but try to control the small ones. And this life of partial trust has left you exhausted, as it demands constant vigilance, a tension between faith and control. What I am about to unveil to you next can transform your life, because I came today to tell you that the time has come. Now is the time to fully open your hands. Now is the time to trust me more. Not because you have become stronger or more perfect, but because you have reached a point in your journey where your own strength is no longer enough for the greatness of what I have for you. Your self-sufficiency brought you here, but to enter your new territory, you will need wings, not just feet, and your wings are your total trust in me. Before continuing the message, write this word of faith in the comments. My life is in the Lord's hands and I trust His plan. This is your first act of opening your hands. It is your declaration that you are ready for a new way of flying. Now, continuing the message, I am not calling you to a blind leap into the abyss, but to a safe flight in my arms. Your hesitation does not offend me. I understand it. But today, with love, I came to dismantle the reasons for your hesitation, so you can finally experience the freedom of the open sky. My precious soul, why do you hesitate? Why does a part of you still cling to control? The first reason lies in your memories. You trusted people, and they disappointed you. You leaned on human promises, and they broke. And your wounded heart learned a dangerous lesson. Trusting fully is preparing for pain. And so, you look at me through the blurred lens of these experiences. You project onto me, your faithful God, the failures of imperfect human beings. You fear that if you surrender completely, I might also somehow fail you. That my silence is abandonment. That my delay is denial. Oh, my daughter, if you could see my heart, you would see the sadness I feel, not for myself, but for you, seeing you trapped in a lie that prevents you from receiving the fullness of my care. I need you to hear this with all your spirit. I am not like them. My faithfulness is not a promise, it is my very nature. I cannot be unfaithful just as the sun cannot cease to be light. Your unanswered prayers of the past, which you saw as my failures, were actually my deepest acts of protection. I told you no to a path that would lead to pain so I could give you my yes to a destiny of glory. I was silent not because I was absent, but because I was working behind the scenes on a plan so complex and beautiful your mind could not comprehend. Your distrust is born of a limited perspective. My faithfulness operates from an eternal view. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust the Lord. Let this be your declaration of war against the lie of projection. It is you saying, Father, I choose to believe you are different from all my past experiences. I choose to trust your character, even when I don't understand your ways. If this message touched your heart, and you wish to support this mission, click on Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing, your healing from distrust will not come from effort, but from a revelation. And today I am revealing myself to you as the one worthy of your total and unrestricted trust. My blessed soul, the second reason you hesitate to trust completely is your own strength. Yes, your strength, which is a gift from me, has paradoxically become a barrier. You are capable, you are resilient, you learn to make it happen, and you secretly pride yourself on your ability to solve, manage, and control. Your identity became intertwined with being the strong woman, and surrendering, trusting completely, seems to a part of you like weakness, like an admission of defeat. It is your subtle pride, your self-sufficiency, refusing to leave the throne of your heart. And as long as you are seated on the throne, I, the king, cannot fully reign in your life. I have let you try with your own strength, and I have seen your exhaustion. I have seen the anxiety corroding your peace, because the burden of being your own God is too heavy for any human being. Today, I call you to an abdication, to step down from your little throne of control and allow me to take my rightful place in your life. This is not a surrender of weakness. It is your greatest demonstration of wisdom. It is you recognizing that the government of the universe and of your small universe is in much more capable hands. It is you exchanging your limited effort for my unlimited strength. It is you exchanging your finite wisdom for my omniscience. Before continuing, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. This way you receive more messages of light and inspiration directly to your heart. And before we move on, let me lead you to something I prepared to further strengthen your faith. If you feel you need inner healing, spiritual reconnection, purpose, and prosperity aligned with my heart, there is a 31-day path waiting for you. Each day of this walk was created for me to speak to you in a deeper and more personal way. If you wish to follow this road, the link is in the description and the first pinned comment. Now, let us continue the message. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you wait for so much is in this verse, Proverbs 3:5, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." This is your instruction for abdication. Stop leaning on your own strength and logic. Write in the comments, "I receive this message and am blessed," and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that she too can find strength in surrender. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light. Your true strength is not in your ability to control, but in your courage to trust. And today is the day you discover how strong you really are by allowing yourself to be totally dependent on me, my beloved soul, for this surrender to be genuine. For you to truly open your hands, there is one last inventory we need to take, and one last cleaning. Your baggage from the past is heavy, and it prevents you from flying. And this baggage is full of guilt and resentment. Your attachment to control is often fueled by guilt over past mistakes. You think, I messed up before, so now I need to control everything perfectly so I don't mess up again. Your self-sufficiency is armor you built to protect yourself from the shame of failing again. But this armor has become a prison. Today, we will break this prison with the key of forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. You need to look at the woman you were, with all her imperfection, and extend to her the same grace I offer you. She didn't know what you know today. She did the best she could. Your self-condemnation is the chain keeping you tied to the ground. And I created you to fly. Accept my forgiveness, and from it, release yourself. And you need to forgive others. The people whose failures reinforced your belief that you cannot trust anyone. The resentment you hold is the fuel for your self-sufficiency. It is what tells you, see? You can't depend on others, you have to do everything yourself. By forgiving them, you are not saying what they did was right. You are saying, your mistake will no longer define my ability to trust. I hand it over to God, and I choose to believe in faithfulness, starting with the faithfulness of my God. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you would like to forgive. Visualize each of them, send love, and say, I forgive you and set you free. Peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. This act of forgiveness is your detoxification. It is the cleansing that empties your heart of the poison of bitterness and guilt, making room for it to be filled with the pure and powerful substance of trust in me. A heart that forgives is a heart that can trust. My precious soul, and what is the life of someone who trusts more like? What is the beauty of this new territory I am calling you to? It is a life of lightness. The weight of the world will no longer be on your shoulders. You will learn the art of casting all your anxiety on me, knowing I care for you. You will sleep in peace, even if the storm rages outside, because you will know the captain of your boat neither sleeps nor slumbers. Your chronic exhaustion will be replaced by a vitality that comes not from the absence of problems, but from the absence of their weight. It is a life of clarity. Your mind, previously a whirlwind of analysis and worry, will quiet down, and in this silence, you will begin to hear my voice with a clarity you have never experienced. My direction will no longer be an anxious search, but a quiet certainty. You will know the next step, not because you calculated all variables, but because you will feel my peace confirming the way. It is a life of boldness. The fear of failure, which kept you in your comfort zone, will lose its power, because you will know your security is not in your success, but in my hand holding you. You will dare to dream again, to try new things, to love without reservation, because you will know that even if you fall, my eternal arms will be there to catch you. It is a life of miracles. While you tried to control, my hands were somewhat tied by your lack of space. But when you surrender, when you open your hands and get out of the way, you create the space for me to operate. And I am a God who delights in doing the impossible. You will begin to see my intervention in your life in ways that will leave you amazed, not because you prayed more, but because you trusted more. Lightness, clarity, boldness, and miracles. This is the landscape of the land of total trust. And the entrance door is open for you today. My blessed soul, this new life of trust is not just for your benefit. It has a purpose that overflows. By learning to trust me more, you become a fortress of peace in a world of anxiety. And people around you will feel it. Your family, who may have gotten used to your tension and worry, will be the first to notice the change. Your calm will become the new atmosphere of your home. Your peace will not be passive. It will be a force that disarms conflicts and calms afflicted hearts. You will no longer need to try to control your children with words of anxiety. Your serene trust in my care for them will teach them more about faith than any sermon. Your friends, your colleagues living in their own cycles of stress will be drawn to your lightness. They will see in you a freedom they crave, and they will ask, "What is your secret?" And you will have the joy of introducing them to the secret, which is not a what, but a who. Your life will become my answer to their search. You will become an ambassador of rest. Your testimony will not be of great deeds, but of the great rest you found by simply trusting. Share this video with 2 dear people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple "Lord, let my trust in you be a refuge for the weary" is a prayer aligning your personal transformation with my heart for the world. What begins today as an intimate decision to trust me more will become your greatest contribution to healing a world sick with fear and control. My precious soul, the decision to trust more is the starting point, but for it to become your new reality, it needs to be practiced. It is a muscle strengthened by daily exercise, and I want to give you your training plan for this new life. Your first practice is morning surrender. Every morning before the day starts, make your first action handing the day to me. Visualize yourself placing your schedule, your worries, your finances, your family, everything in my hands. Say, "Father, I trust you with my today. Guide me, sustain me, surprise me." This act of consecration sets your intention not to carry the day alone anymore. Your second practice is conscious exchange throughout the day. Your mind, by habit, will try to take the worries back. Every time you find yourself anxious or trying to control something, pause, breathe, and make the exchange. Say, "Father, I hand you this anxiety, and I receive your peace. I hand you this confusion, and I receive your wisdom." It is a continuous exchange, a dance of letting go and receiving. Your third practice is the nightly memorial of faithfulness. Before sleeping, instead of reviewing problems, review the evidence of my faithfulness that day. Write in a journal every small provision, every deliverance, every moment of peace you experienced. This memorial will become your arsenal of faith for future days, irrefutable proof that trusting me is the safest and wisest path. Surrender, exchange, and memorial. This is the rhythm of your new life of trust. It is not about perfection, but about practice. And every day you practice, your trust will deepen until it becomes as natural as your own breathing. My beloved soul, we have reached the end of our call and the beginning of your new journey of trust. The truth has been spoken, the barriers exposed, the invitation made. Together, we saw that your hesitation was born of wounds and a strength that became a weakness. We cleared the ground with forgiveness and glimpsed the beauty of the land of total trust. You understood your calling to be a fortress of peace and received your daily training plan. Now the choice that seemed so complex boils down to a single, simple decision. Will you open your hands? For my part, I promise you, if you open your hands, I will fill them. I will fill them with a peace that surpasses all understanding. I will fill them with a strength not your own. I will fill them with a joy that does not depend on circumstances. And I will use your hands, now open and available, to be a blessing to the world. I will never leave you empty-handed. Your part, my daughter, is simply to have the courage to let go. It is choosing at every moment the vulnerability of dependence instead of the exhaustion of control. It is practicing trust, even if imperfectly, knowing my grace covers your learning journey. Leave this meeting with a new lightness in your spirit. The pressure to handle it all has been removed. The final responsibility for your life, your happiness, your security is not yours. It is mine, and I am perfectly capable of taking care of what belongs to me. And you, my beloved, belong to me. Rest in that. Now is the time. Trust more. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I open my hands and trust fully in you, Lord." Your words strengthen your faith and also light the path for other people who need this light. Share your experiences in the comments. And before we close, I need to lead you to something I prepared especially for you. I have seen your search for inner healing, spiritual reconnection, a new purpose and prosperity that comes from my hands. None of this is by chance. When your heart cries out, I open paths. Therefore, through this channel, I have placed before you a guided walk guide of 31 days, a process where daily I can speak with more depth to your spirit. This is not just an ebook. It is a path of restoration, alignment, and growth, created to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and open doors you never imagined. If you feel this call, access the link I left in the description and also in the first pinned comment of this video. Start this course of healing, reconnection, purpose, and prosperity today. I will be with you on every page, guiding your steps and lighting your path. If this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving my word. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.